Testing. Testing. There we go. Hey, there we go. All right, cool. We should be active now. Yo, that helped a lot. Oh my goodness. Yo, if you guys are in here right now, you can hear me, go ahead and drop a yes if everything sounds good. As far as the audio goes, along with the video itself, everything's looking super smooth now. Had to fix a lot of our settings in here, but this is our first YouTube live. I'm super excited about it. If you can hear me and everything sounds good, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat right now. My guy, J-Dub, Jordan, bro, I have a crazy idea, bro. I want to run it by you, but I know you've been killing this series, man. So hopefully you're free soon. Hey, I need your PO box too. I want to send you something, bro. I want to send you some stuff, my guy. But yeah, right now we just testing everything. So if you're in here, let me know how everything sounds. I need to just check with my phone just one more time just to make sure it's all good. Crazy idea, bro. I want to run it by you, but I know you've been amazing. Looks super clear. Oh my god, crazy how YouTube videos can help you like that. It's crazy. So yeah, if you guys are in here right now, I see a couple people in here right now. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing our very first show. Okay, very first show. Tomorrow is going to be our manufacturer versus. So if you don't really know what that is, if you haven't heard too much about it on YouTube, we will be basically bringing in manufacturers for y'all, so y'all can see them kind of go garment for garment, piece for piece. That way you guys can kind of see what types of manufacturers that are out there, but also get a chance to work with some of the ones that are out there to see which one will best work for you guys. So with that all being said, keep in mind, these aren't all just 100% trustworthy manufacturers. This is something that you're going to have to, like, you know, obviously reach out to them and see what'll work best, as far as, you know, pricing for samples, pricing for bulk orders, how fast or how long it may take for orders to get to you. So definitely want to keep those things in mind. I'm going to go live on Instagram as well and get people in here since it's our first time going on YouTube live. And then we'll start pushing things over here. Cool. Perfect. Speaking of that, man, Jordan, I see your post right here. Killing it with that series, bro. Live on YouTube. Bam. Here we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. We got both of them up right now. Both of them up right now. Perfect. All right, cool. So we got this up. This is running. Audio is good. Yo, Instagram. What's up? Yo, guys, I am on live on YouTube right now. If you guys do not know how to get into the YouTube live, make sure that you guys go ahead and go over into my bio and click YouTube. You guys click on my channel. You will instantly see, you will be able to instantly see all of the live right here. So you guys can join on YouTube right now. Join on YouTube ASAP. The link is in my bio. Make sure you click over there. I'm gonna be continuing my last live over in YouTube live right now. So make sure you guys join in there. And if y'all have questions, you can't get in there or something like that, just comment it in this live. I'm gonna leave this open for like 5 minutes and wait for y'all to come over here into YouTube. I'm gonna type this right here. Yo, quality of this is absolutely insane, yo. Quality is crazy, bro. Yeah, I cannot wait until tomorrow. If you do join, let me know as well how to the audio as well as the everything else is. What's up, brother? How'd you come up with the name of your clothing brand? I'm struggling to come up with it. I got you, bro. Shout out to KC Havoc. Yo, KC Havoc. We got Precious Peaches in here. Hey, y'all from Illinois. What's up? If you're in Instagram live, make sure you guys join the YouTube live. So basically, when it came to like the name of my brand, to be honest with you, a lot of it came down to like, what's the easiest way I can like kind of put it? Like, there was something that was bigger than me that led to me coming up with the name that I have, right? And in most cases, depending on why you're selling clothing in the first place, right? There's going to be certain people who, obviously are going to have an easier time coming up with names. But for me personally, mine was for my daughter. I had a kid at 18 years old, if you guys didn't know. And for me personally, it was hard, man. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, to be honest with y'all. Like, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, a lot of this happened by luck. I put the work in, obviously. I took a lot of time to really learn myself and forgive myself and I've made so many mistakes. But let me be honest with y'all, it's some of the best decisions that I've ever made, going 2 feet in on what I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's how I came up with my brand name. My daughter, she was the reason. She's my one love. She's my everything. And I'm just grateful to have her in my life. And to have you guys, all of you beautiful people coming into this live right now. This is my first time going live on YouTube. Super exciting. So yeah, if you guys could share this for me, please, 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 I would greatly appreciate it. Just join. What's up, Amir? What's good? What's good? Audio and picture are clear. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so again, it was lagging before. I think we completely fixed the lagging. I watched this YouTube video going over some things. So I think we got it completely fixed. I do want to try streaming on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. I'm not 100% sure how to multi-stream like that. So hopefully by tomorrow I can get it down. If I don't have it down, we're going to try to just do the manufacturer versus either on Instagram, or we can move those manufacturers over into YouTube. So whichever or, doesn't really matter. We're going to make it happen. You already know how we get. All right. Oh my God, this is so crazy how clean this is. Like, I'm literally about to become a streamer, bro. I can see it right now. Up on the billboards. The Real Tez. New streaming. Bro, check out my merch out. Self-made Boss Apparel. Show. Yeah, if you guys are in the YouTube live right now, you guys can just drop y'all questions in here. Instagram, if you are not in the YouTube live, come join there. Again, this is shot in 4K. Thank you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a big inspo. I appreciate it, man. I try to do my best to, just keep it 100 with people. I think that's the most important thing out of all of this, right? Is to keep it 100 with people. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of people who teach, okay? But I think that there's a disconnect in what people are teaching and also the actual reality, right? So for me, I just want to be completely honest and just like, I want to tell y'all all of the mistakes that I've made so you don't make the same mistakes that I've made, because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, it's just like, it would save you so much time and money to not make the mistakes that I made. And I think that that's one of the most important parts about all of this, is that as long as you go out there and you try to do the things that are important for you, then at the end of the day, you're going to be successful. 100%. I fully believe that from the bottom of my heart. As long as your intentions are pure, you will be successful at this. 100%. So yeah, we're going to support. I appreciate that, man. Look, we got... look, our live right now, I know that I'm working from the ground up on YouTube, but I swear to God, I'll go live on YouTube every single day if we can build this baby up. So even for y'all to just be in here, I am extremely, extremely happy and extremely grateful, because at the end of the day, this was not working for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then yesterday, this wasn't working for like 5 hours. So to see that it's actually working, and see that we have people in here, I can't thank y'all enough, man. I really, truly appreciate it. And I'm answering every single question that y'all could possibly have. So with that being said, drop them all below. Instagram, if you're not on YouTube live, come join it right now. The link is in my bio. And yeah. How do you legalize a clothing brand? All right, cool. So I think I can share screen on here too. If I'm not lagging or anything, let's see if we can try to share screen. Screen plus camera plus mic. All right, we should be good now. If you guys can still hear me, let me know. Actually, I need to, mind you guys, I'm still getting this whole thing figured out, so please bear with me. Please, please, please. Oh, there I am right there. All right, cool. So I'm going to minimize myself here. All right, and then we're gonna come right over here. Okay, cool. If you guys can still see everything and hear me good, just let me know down below, okay? This is exactly why I need this other monitor, though. This is exactly why I need the other monitor. All right, cool. So when it comes to legalizing your business, all right, very, very simple step, okay? Most people would normally go to like LegalZoom, right? The reason I don't recommend going to LegalZoom is because you're gonna have to pay a lot of money, right? So I just had a student yesterday. He was talking about his, not only did it get delayed to get his LLC, let's just do estimated. I don't know what this is about. There we go. So he was basically saying yesterday, like he basically felt like he was getting scammed. And let me just make sure that everything's good here. Yo, in the chat, if you guys are in the chat right now, let me know. Volume got lower. Oh, my bad. I moved away. Actually, no, it's not. Let me take the mic volume up in here. There we go. I'm going to take it all the way up. Cool. So you guys should be able to hear me now. It should sound a lot better. Let me just remove this back out the way. Okay. So basically inside of LegalZoom, a lot of people would normally use LegalZoom. Now I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be using LegalZoom to legalize your business. Okay. Again, number one, if delays happen, it's not because of the state. It's actually because of LegalZoom. Okay. Now a lot of people use LegalZoom. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not bashing them. I'm not, saying anything negative about them, but here's the easiest way to legalize your business. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Google. And let's say I am in Atlanta right now, right? So LLC, or actually let's do this. File LLC in Atlanta. So you would do the same thing, but for whatever state that you're in. So not Atlanta, I would do Georgia. All right. So boom, file LLC in Georgia. So you go to Google, you type this in. Now, basically what's going to happen is LegalZoom is going to be the first thing that pops up. We're going to skip over that and we're going to go to georgia.gov. So in most cases, when it comes to legalizing your business, it's going to be whatever your state is, .gov for your state official website, right? So it's called the Secretary of State. You basically want to go there, right? And depending on what state you're in, it'll cost anywhere from like $50 all the way up to like $200 depending on the state. So you really just got to do your own research on your state. It'll tell you exactly how to do it, what all you'll need, and then how to actually file it, where to file it. I recommend filing it and registering online. So that'll be the easiest and the quickest ways. And then once you get that, make sure that you guys put the right mailing address, and then they'll ship it over to you. Okay. Fairly simple. Fairly simple. So yeah, that's how you legalize your business. That is how you legalize your business right there. All right. Hey, that transition is actually pretty smooth, man. If that made sense, if you're in the YouTube chat still, if that made sense, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat right now. Again, if you're in YouTube, you can just drop whatever questions you got. If you're on Instagram right now, you can drop whatever questions you got. If you're in Instagram and you're not in the YouTube, you're tripping. Peace and blessings, fams. Likewise, man. Yeah, you always keep it 100. I respect that about you. Thank you. I think that's one thing that will always set me aside in my journey, is that the intentions that I have for doing what I do is pure. So I think that as long as it stays pure, I think I will be, I'll be just fine, to be honest with you. Cool. Is it necessary to have merch on hand? Nah. So if you're just starting your brand, you can do the pre-order method. I like the pre-order method because it's less risk, right? So a lot of my students start with the pre-order method. The reason being is because, like, if I don't have to risk like $5,000, I'm not gonna risk $5,000. I'm just be completely honest with you, right? So why risk all that money when I could just do the same process, just buy the samples? So at most, when you're doing the pre-order method, right, you're gonna spend maximum probably like, I say like $500, $600, depending on like the type of pieces that you're getting made. I would rather risk $600 rather than risk $5,000. So, and the return is going to be about the same. It's just the experience for the customer just won't be the exact same, because they're used to items coming in within like, 4 to 5 business days or 2 to 3 business days, whatever most, people offer. So that's just something that people will have to adjust to. But when you're first starting, it's a less riskier way, and you're using less capital. So how many items should be in your first drop? Okay, so when you're doing your first drop, I like to have multiple colorways. So you can have, like, for example, when I dropped this, right, these tracksuits, right, when I first started my brand, I didn't start with tracksuits. I started with jogging suits. So I'm gonna just give y'all the exact scenario for me. I started with jogging suits, and the colors were black, gray, and cream. The reason I chose these 3 colors was because I felt like red, blue, and all those other colors stood out way too much. I really like cream, me personally. And then I did a poll on what colors people would rather have, whether it be gray or red, or white, and most people chose gray. So I ended up going with black, gray, and cream. Now, if you also look at, like, if you look at wife beaters, right, when you go to Walmart, or when you look at shirts, right, a lot of those companies, they actually focus on colors that will sell the most predominantly, right? So that's going to be like the white, the black, the gray, right? So that's why I went with black, gray, and cream. So those are the colors that I started off with. If you want to have multiple other colors, I just don't like giving people too many options, because what I've learned is that if you give a prospect too many options, they tend to not make a decision at all. So that's just something you kind of want to be mindful of when you have too many options for people. Who are some people you would also recommend to tune into escape the rat race 9 to 5? I mean, there's a lot of people out there, man. There's a lot of knowledgeable people out there. I think you just kind of got to vet who you're listening to. Some people that I recommend, my boy Jordan Welch, he was in here earlier. I'm not sure if he's still in here. Highly recommend watching him and subscribing to his YouTube. He's absolutely phenomenal and killing it. Another person I would say is Aristotle Investments, another phenomenal person to follow, another person to really learn from. Man, there's so many different people, Earn Your Leisure. They're doing an amazing job over there. A good friend of mine, Akin, he does real estate. Another great person. Man, there's so many people, Javier, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He does trading. So there's to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that you can learn from. But you just I don't know these people personally. Obviously, Aristotle and Jordan, those are kind of the people I know personally, and I've been around them multiple times. The other people that I named, I haven't really been around them too much. I don't really know their story or their background and, all those different things. So you kind of got to vet them on your own. So that's what I kind of recommend, is just looking at a couple different people and then, learning from those people, obviously. Aristotle is nice. Yeah, Aristotle's a good soul, man. Let me be honest with y'all. So when I made that pivot to move from Cleveland, Ohio to Atlanta, Georgia, a lot of it came down to a few things, right? And I'm going to be completely blunt and honest with you. The first reason is that I felt like there was a cap, right? I felt like I couldn't, there was a ceiling and I couldn't get past it. I couldn't do the things that I wanted to. I couldn't buy the things that I wanted to, because there was always somebody watching me. There was always other people sitting there, commenting negative things about me. And I didn't want to be in the same environment. I think it's important, if you ever wanted to starve yourself of bad habits, I think it's best to remove yourself from the environment that you are used to having those bad habits in. So for me personally, right, that was one of the first reasons that I left. The second reason is that I wanted to be around bigger people. Now, what do I mean by bigger people? People who are making more money than me. So I understood that if I can go and find other people and network with other individuals who are smarter than me, making more money than me, who are a little bit older than me, who have more experience than me, who have more years in the game than me, I can probably learn 10 times more than the other people that don't really know too much about, what I'm doing. And that was really one of the things that kind of stood out for me, is that when I was doing what I was doing, as far as when I first started my clothing brand and when I first started my do-rag brand, there really wasn't too many other people that was doing it. It was a lot of other drop shippers. So Jordan was one of the people I watched, and it's crazy to me be the person who used to watch his YouTube videos. Now being a close person with him, or close friend with him, is I've learned a lot from these people, but I've also built myself up to this point where now I can be on the same level as a lot of these greats and get a chance to network with them, right? The other reason is safety as well. I started making a little bit more money, right? And what obviously comes with more money is more eyes, right? So, I mean, obviously, if you're being a little bit more flashy, I can be honest, I was being a little bit more flashy. I was posting numbers on Instagram. And for me personally, I thought that it would be more important, right? It would be more important for me to show my numbers to get people to realize that I'm a trustworthy individual. I'm doing the thing that you want to do. So this is why you should listen to me, right? And it was a good mentality to have, to be honest with you. But let me be completely blunt and honest again. What comes with that is a lot of evil eye. What comes with that is a lot of jealousy. What comes with that is a lot of people pocket watching. What comes with that is a lot of people's opinions that you never really asked for. So those were things that I kind of had to learn along this journey that nobody else really told me. And then the last reason I came to I chose Atlanta over California, Houston, and all those other places was because Aristotle and Justin, JP, if you guys know Justin Phillips, those two people were two of the biggest people to influence me to move to Atlanta. And I can't thank them enough, because it's been single-handedly one of the most important decisions I've made in the last 2 to 3 years, because I was able to now be around people who are doing bigger things than me. Obviously network with people who are smarter than me and who are doing just great things in the world and impacting the world. So now I was able to be around these people. And, I'm grateful, man, to be honest with y'all. I'm very grateful for the position I'm in. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be yet. I've taken some L's in the last 2 years, but I've also had a lot of W's. So I think that I'm just grateful. And every day you get another chance to breathe is another day that you got to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Because like tomorrow's not guaranteed. You know, people be like, oh man, January 1st is like 30 days from now. So that's where I'm going to start planning to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, I have a different like perspective. You know, I've lost a lot of friends to like gun violence and things like that. So like, I just kind of know like, whatever I think as far as, oh, I'm going to do this next week, next month, I just always tell myself that shit's not guaranteed. So I just got to kind of take advantage of it right now and, you know, be the best version of myself that I can right now in this second. Because, again, the next second isn't guaranteed. So, you know, if you look at places like, you know, Ukraine or Palestine or Israel, you know, you look at all these different places, bro, like tomorrow is not guaranteed over there. So I don't know why we, you know, in America, we walk around like tomorrow's guaranteed. It's not, you know, even though we're not specifically at war with these countries, right? It's still like we're blessed. And that's kind of like how you got to look at things, you know, although things are rough right now throughout your entire life, you may have had rough times and things like that. But although things are rough, your current situation doesn't determine your end destination. Your current situation does not determine your end destination. So as long as you keep that in mind, like you gotta be willing to sacrifice, man. Like this shit not supposed to be easy. Like look at me, I'm on YouTube streaming right now, starting all over again. And one thing that I realized when I got on here, when I told myself is that when I get this thing working, I'm gonna be so consistent at it because I know for a fact this is something I want to do. I like talking to y'all. I like getting on in front of the camera. I like being myself in front of other people because I know that I'm a dope ass individual. You know what I mean? So like, I never look at things like, oh man, tomorrow's gonna be great and all this shit. Nah, I'm like, today is great. I have another day to breathe. I have another opportunity. I'm gonna take advantage of it with everything I can, every bone in me. And all those times you feel like you don't want to do it, you know what I'm saying? Do it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the things that are best for you that you know you don't want to do, are the best times to do it is when you don't want to do it. That's where you'll see the results. And that's from me, honestly, just being completely honest with y'all. So yeah, that was a little mini rant. Hey, shout out to all my YouTube subscribers in here. If you have not subscribed on YouTube yet, make sure you guys slam that subscribe button, yo. I can finally talk like I'm a streamer, man. I don't know if I want to stream on YouTube or Twitch though. I don't know. What are some books you recommend? I have a crazy amount of books. So, have you guys ever watched what's that show? Avatar the Last Airbender? If you've ever watched Avatar the Last Airbender, I need some fire or some yeses in the chat right now. Just throw them out there, right? So, for me as a kid, I used to watch a lot of like Avatar, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and I know some of you guys are probably like, what does this have to do with the question itself at hand, right? So for me personally, it was this one episode that I always remember, right? And it was a lot like based around wisdom. And the episode on Avatar was where like it was this library that was underground in the desert, right? And at the bottom of it, there was this owl, right? And the owl used to talk about like how people would come down there and they would never go back up. Or when the library was actually on top of the desert, people would come in there and they would have all the books that they could possibly read and gain all the wisdom that they possibly could. So for me, that really stuck with me, right? Like I started looking at it like wealth is really what you know. Because I can lose everything right now and I know 10 different things to do right now to start making money. Like, I'm not the type of person to allow my pride to get in the way of me getting to a level that I want to get to. Like, a lot of people feel like, oh, I have this many followers and I do this and and this is why I'm not going to do this. I don't have that in me. Like, at the end of the day, I have I have no ego. Like, I've learned to really limit my ego as much as I can. And for me, I look at it like I am willing to go do the things that is required of me to be successful. And that episode really stuck with me because it was like just seeing how important books were. And that's why, like, for me, these are like, I'm on a journey right now. Like, how many books, to be completely honest with y'all, right? A lot of my life, I used to live with my grandparents, right? My mom used to work at a hospital. She was a nurse since I was born. So 26, 27 years, 25 years or something like that. And on the weekends and on the weekdays, as she switched her shift, I will always be at my grandmother and my grandfather's house. Always. That's basically where I lived. I had a whole bed there. Every morning that I woke up, you know, I got a chance to see my grandfather get ready for work. Him and my grandmother were married for 63 years before he passed. So I learned so much about, you know, being a better man from my grandfather, but also the power of books, right? Because in the basement of my grandmother's house, my grandfather will always be down here all day long, right? So I would be up top in the at the top floor, right? And he would be in the basement. And a lot of the times when my grandmother cook or something like that, I would come downstairs, I eat, and then I go downstairs and I talk to him or just watch whatever he's doing. So one thing that I really admired about my grandfather is that he read a lot of the different books in all religions, and that's when he chose Islam. So he read the Bible, you know, he read you know, the books for you know, all the other books, right? I can't even think of all of them right now because I'm just on a rant, right? And it taught me a lot because at the end of the day, he was very wise. Like I looked up to him the same way like people would look up to their dads and stuff like that. Like that was my dad. You know what I mean? Like even though my dad was partially in my life, he wasn't the best role model for me. Not saying he was a bad person or anything like that, right? But I'm saying that my grandfather was the best role model for me. And it takes a village to build a great individual, whether it's a young woman or a young man, right? And for me personally, downstairs in his office, he had, I don't even know, I can't even explain to y'all how many books he had. Just different types of books. And that really like rubbed off on me. And as I got older, I always wanted to like, one thing that if you guys ever like really wanted to know, one thing that I've been doing is highlighting the books that I read, right? So if you guys don't know, I have, you know, kids, and for me personally, right, it's more important for me to leave information for them rather than just tangible things, right? I'm new to YouTube. I'm on TV. My guy, I appreciate you showing up, bro. That's all that matters, man. If you go on YouTube on your phone as well, y'all, if you're in the Instagram live or if you want to join the YouTube, this is all shot in 4K right now. So I highly recommend coming over here for a better experience. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as soon as you come over, right? But yeah, I highlight all of my books that I read. And the reason being is because I know what order I want my daughters to read my books in. All of my children, my future children, all of them, right? I know the exact order that I want them to read these books in. And the reason I know this is because I've highlighted them and I've understood them in certain orders to where I know it impacted me in a way where it got me to where I am now. So the books that I would recommend, right, is first one I would say a good one to read is The Richest Man in Babylon. All right, The Richest Man in Babylon. I actually have it right here. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. I'm tripping. The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, this is a phenomenal read. Forever streaming. I'm trying, man. Hey, I might do a 24-hour stream, yo. Not today, obviously, but one day I'll do a 24-hour stream. But this is a phenomenal book right here, right? This book taught me a lot about, I would say, principles when it comes to money and how you should look at money. The next book that I would read is Outwitting the Devil. Okay. Now this is a phenomenal read. The reason being is because it talks about a lot of the things that you're going to go through life that you may not understand. And I think that when I look at books, man, I perceive books in a manner where it's like, I get a chance to see everything this person took their entire life to learn. And they put all of it in this book, you know, maybe for financial reasons or to just put the information out there for somebody else to learn, right? But I kind of look at it like, man, like I get to take this person's entire insights on life and I get to kind of consume it. And I think for me, it's powerful, man, like just to be able to have all of these books and to know like nobody in my family has books like this, you know, outside of my grandfather who passed away, may Allah rest his soul, right? I'm one of the only people who've ever done something like this. So I understood that accumulating wealth and accumulating real riches is the mind and what you understand up here. Everything else is just tangible. You know what I mean? It could come and go. You can't take any of these things with you. But one thing that I know I can leave back for my children is, you know, assets, but also information. So hopefully that helped. I know I went on a little rant, but if y'all are liking the YouTube live so far, let me know. What are the best ways to vet VAs? And also, when did you know when it was time to hire? So some of the things that I've learned when it comes to hiring VAs, it's a little process, man. I've been through quite a few. I look at like when I'm doing like my actual interviews with these when when I'm doing my interviews with these VAs, some of the things that I'm looking at is, are they making eye contact, right? Are they confident when they speak? Do they know what they're talking about, right? So these are just a couple of the things I would say definitely vet out. And also what I've learned is that it's not always the hiring process, it's how detailed we make their specific role. So if you can just find out every single thing you want that person to do and then have videos so you can delegate. So as soon as you hire them, you have videos for them to watch and then they learn everything instead of you training them. That'll save you a ton of time. So I hope that helps. But that's kind of my input on VAs. And when it comes to hiring, how do you know when to hire? When you're making enough capital to where you're like seeing like a 6 to 8x return on your money that you're spending on advertising or marketing, or if you're just all organic and you're really getting profitable, all the things that takes up the majority of your time, you should be delegating to someone else, because that person can make you even more money because they're more skilled, but they're going to be doing it full time and that's their only focus. So that's kind of how I look at that's how I look at hiring people. So yeah. How do you get more views and engagement in TikTok and other social media platforms? It's really going to come down to consistency, but also having strong hooks. I think the difference for a lot of people is going to be hooks. Like if you can make something that hooks somebody in the first 2 to 3 seconds, because you got to understand, like, humans right now, especially, like, think about how quickly we look at a story on Instagram. Think about how quickly we swipe up on Instagram, or think about how quickly we swipe up on TikTok. It literally takes about 2 seconds for us to realize if we're going to consume something or not. So I think that one of the most important things for any person, regardless of niche, to understand when it comes to getting higher engagement, it is going to really come down to your ability to catch someone's attention for 2 to 3 seconds, in the first 2 to 3 seconds, and then keep it. And this camera is clear as hell, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I would say hooks is going to be one of the most important things, and then being consistent and being unique with how you make certain content. How do you get a following for your clothing brand, like starting from scratch? A lot of my students, we use the Instagram boost ads to get more traction to our brands, and that's usually how a lot of us get a lot of followers very quickly, especially if you like. So this is like a step-by-step for anybody who cares to know, right? The first thing is you want to have like a really dope photo shoot, or just even if you don't have the funds for a photo shoot, take your brand or like your items. So say like it's hoodies or jogging suits or pants or whatever it is, right? Take it outside on a pavement, right? On a flat pavement. Find like a garage, an inside garage. Like if you got to drive somewhere, whatever it is, go there, take pictures like from like an angle like this. Like, so you basically want to hold it over, like say like this is the ground. You want to basically hold your phone up like this and take the pictures. Then you want to download either Photoshop or Lightroom, and you want to adjust the lighting. So the things you want to look at is basically the brightness of it. You also want to look at the, you don't want to touch the hue or anything like that, because that'll change the color of things. But you basically want to just touch all the little minor things that you feel like is going to make it pop a little bit more from the background that it's sitting on, right? Then after that, once you have those pieces, you want to post them organic, right? So you want to post them on your Instagram, you want to post them on TikTok. And then after that, if you're posting on Instagram, whether it's just pictures, have multitude of different angles and different shots, and then have some with people wearing them. And then you basically want to run some boost ads to that. I'd say have a budget of like 150 to 200 bucks. Send all of those people to the Instagram page itself, so that way you can get more followers. And then from there, through your organic content, you want to focus on getting people's emails and phone numbers. Anybody and everybody that's on Instagram Live, if you're enjoying this live right now, go over to YouTube, type in Dantes Akram, and join the live there. My phone is on 1% right here, and my charger is actually upstairs. So I highly recommend that you guys come over to the to the YouTube live right now, just because my phone is about to die right now, so I'm gonna have to close this out. So hopefully I see y'all in there. If you want an easier way to get here, just click the link in my bio, click on my YouTube, and then you'll be able to join the live instantly right there. And if you come in, just check in and just comment where you coming from. All right, so I'm in here with them right now. Y'all can join, and I'll see y'all in here. Cool. So my phone's literally on 1%. Yeah, I've been enjoying the live so far. Thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, that's usually how like I teach my students to start coming out the gate. And since you're 17, bro, I mean, you got friends in high school that you could do this with. Even if you got to find like a parking lot at your high school and just bring some of your clothing there and take the pictures, I think you can have a lot of results as far as increasing your following by doing that way. So hopefully that helps. Got them books on my bookshelf. Let's get it. Maserati G. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, look, if you haven't bought one book this year, I challenge you to buy a book. I challenge you to buy a book tomorrow. By tomorrow, you got 24 hours to buy one book. Doesn't matter what book it is. Just buy one book and actually open it up and read the first chapter. Interesting statistic is that most people who buy books never even get to the first page. So, do I need a reseller's permit when I'm starting a brand new brand? You do not, but I do recommend getting it anyway. It's not a necessity, but I do recommend just getting it out the way. What camera do you use or recommend? So if you're starting off, like if you're saying for like a brand, for like if you're, you don't have a ton of money, I would say an iPhone is amazing. Again, just adjusting the actual quality as far as like the brightness and things like that is important. Storm Monroe was good, man. The quality is A1. I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been working on this all day. So like OBS and all of this stuff is stuff I had to learn. And when I tell y'all I hate learning about stuff like this, but it's a necessity for me because I want this to be the best that it can possibly be for my audience. So yeah, I'm grateful to have it working now. But yeah, so camera wise, this is a I'm actually not the best with cameras, to be honest with you. So this is a Sony A6 Sony 6400, I think. CX 6400, something like that. I don't know what exactly it is. So basically, I have a content team. They basically told me what cameras to buy and what lenses to buy. I said, okay, cool. I bought them, and I actually have to go buy another one. So when I start vlogging, I can have another one that's super high quality like this one. So yeah, hopefully that helps. You're welcome. I appreciate you. How do you add a timer to your password screen? Depends on what Shopify theme that you have. We actually built our own Shopify theme, so it's something that I haven't really released yet, but if you are interested in it, it gives you full customization options. You can add timers, you can add video backgrounds to your website, glow effects to your products, things like that. If you're interested in that, just let me know down below. How would you take pictures of a perfume bottle? I will focus on for me, I have a lot of different resources. So right now, like over here on this side of my office, on this side of my office, I have a green screen. So I would basically I think one of the most important things for any type of product shots and taking pictures is really going to come down to like aesthetics, right? So I would say like if I was doing a perfume bottle, depending on what the name of your perfume bottle or perfume brand is, I would try to go outside or find something that I can put around it that would accommodate to it. But I think what'll help more is cool videos that will basically attract people to want to buy your perfume. So like maybe it's like a commercial, like, or a 30-second video where it's like it falls out of the sky and some girl picks it up and she's like, yo, what is this? And like she's been having trouble with guys and all these things, and then she sprays it and then she walks outside, she goes to the mall. Now all of these guys are like staring at her, drooling at her, trying to walk up and talk to her, and then it's just like baba, the perfume bottle, right? Or whatever their brand name is. And yeah, so you just gotta find cool ways to like get people to wanna buy from you. And why should they buy now? Actually having incentives and things like that. I'm gonna buy The Fourth Turning. All right, man. Look, don't come in here saying y'all gonna buy the books and then don't actually do it. All right. I want to sell a product. Do you have any advice on how I can start? I think about buying it via Alibaba. It depends on what type of product. If you're like trying to do the drop shipping route, I know my boy Jordan Welch is a goat with drop shipping and things like that. Other than that one, I would say it depends on what industry you want to be in. To be honest with you. What's the deal? We met in Cleveland and exchanged numbers. I'm gonna sign up for the class so I can take my brand to the next level. That's lit, man. I appreciate you, bro. Hope all is well, Maserati G. Angela said, okay, sounds like a good one. I appreciate that. Ultimate Berry, thank you, of course. Man, I'm really liking YouTube Live, bro. I am really liking YouTube Live. How many designs should you start off with when you are just starting your brand? I like to have so for me personally, now, obviously it's gonna be a little bit different because I've been doing this for some time now, but we're a couple seasons ahead now. I wonder if no, my phone's dead, so I can't even show you all the pieces that we got right now. I would say 2 to 3, and then try to find one that you really want to go with. I don't recommend starting with shirts, just because shirts are too easy to sell. I mean, not to sell, but too easy to say no to. I would like start with like jogging suits, puffer coats, leather jackets, leather pants, like something that most people would not start with. I would start there. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I just wish that I could use my other monitor. Does anybody know about like USB-C to USB-C splitters and if they work or not? If you do, please let me know in the chat right now because I need to buy one. I might try to get one from Amazon, but the one I ended up getting from Best Buy didn't work. But I just need basically like more USB-C ports in my computer, in my Mac. So if you know anything about that at all, please let me know. That would be very, very helpful. I wonder if I could do it from HDMI to USB-C. Nah, it still wouldn't work. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea about any of that stuff, to be honest with y'all. Real quick, let me know if the stream is still good. Has there been any lagging at all? Has my voice, as far as the audio going in and out or anything like that? Let me know down below, please. Please, please, please. I don't know if I like the mic inside of the shot. I don't know. I think I just got to move this back a little bit. How do you run Facebook ads? Mr. Perez, I actually have a full video, beginner-friendly video. Damn, I really don't actually like this being right here. Oh, actually, you know what? Easy fix right there. So basically, what was I about to say? Run a Facebook ads. I have a very simple beginner-friendly video that you can watch on YouTube. So you can watch a full setup. It's probably like 30 minutes long, but it walks you through everything in a way where like anybody can understand it. So I definitely recommend watching it. All good, bro. It's been clear. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to make sure that the frames aren't dropping. I can see it on OBS that it is a little bit, but I don't see it glitching how it was before. If y'all were like, I was testing this for like an hour before I started this one. And when I tell y'all it was glitching so bad, I probably went live like 5 different times and it just was not working. I was about to give up, but I was like, you know what? Let me keep pushing, find the right YouTube video, and ended up finding it. So I'm grateful. I rarely see people wear regular shirts, more so vintage type shirts. Yeah, I mean, if you guys look at anything, like look at like how Jordans are, right? Like retros, like people, if you ever look at things, like things end up coming back into style. So I think that's something important as well, is looking at how things come back into style and the timing of it. So if you go back and look at how fashion works, a lot of the stuff that is coming in now are things that were in like the 90s and the 80s. So those are things that you can kind of like look at and kind of find like vision from. Where can I get screen printed oversized t-shirts? You can have a manufacturer do all of that stuff for you. I don't recommend like buying the blanks and then going to do it yourself. I personally think it's going to take you more time and more stress, or give you more stress. But I do recommend getting a manufacturer to do it for you. Where would you recommend to find a perfume manufacturer? I'll type it in the chat. Alibaba.com is definitely one of the best places right now to buy to find wholesale manufacturers. If you guys can see what I just typed in the chat, let me know right now. Actually, I don't even know if it's sent. I don't even know where. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so it's a little delay. Okay, cool. Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday and How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie are great books. Yeah, I actually have Ego is the Enemy is somewhere. Actually, oh, yeah, it's right here. I have Ego is the Enemy right here, and you said How to Win Friends and Influence. I actually have both of them. I read Ego is the Enemy. I have not actually read this one just yet. I've been through about 6 books right now throughout the last 2 months as I finished 75 Hard, which is the challenge that I just completed. So yeah, I've heard How to Win Friends is a good book too, though. I've heard of a lot of good things about it. Can you save this live so I could go back and rewatch it later? You guys think I should save this? Let me know. I'm going to be doing my first real official series tomorrow, or segment, called Manufacturer Versus, so you definitely don't want to miss that at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, shit. Alright, so there's something up with the little chat right here. Oh, okay, so it's going a little slow on my end, on my computer. All good, though. How do I get more sales? Drop is running till December 8th right now. They can't afford it. It's $80 for the set. What would you recommend to counter someone saying I can't afford it? That basically means that they're not your target audience. Like, I don't think that we should always, it depends on the scenario, right? But in that scenario, if it's $80 for a full set, your margins aren't that high, right? So the thing is like, that just might not be your specific audience for you. So I think that it'll be best for you to kind of realize that, and then also try to market and get more people to see it. Yes. Okay, I'll save it. Cool. Should I do a pre-order when I'm starting my brand new brand? Yes, you should. Did I miss any of these questions? If I miss your question, I apologize. I think I got all of them so far, though. Yeah, I definitely got all of them so far. So, what are you learning right now? Yo, showing love from Ohio. Hey, appreciate you, fam. Shout out to everybody in the O. What am I learning now? Honestly, I've been learning more about myself, to be honest with you. I think I've taken a lot of this year to learn more about business, KPIs, like key performance indicators, standard operating procedures, so SOPs. If you don't know what any of those are, you definitely want to look up KPIs and SOPs. Just write it down somewhere. I've taken a lot of time to learn those things, but I think more importantly right now, where I am in my life, I just want to be the better version of myself. And I've learned that I've seen things that I don't like about myself that I am constantly trying to change. So I think that's what I'm learning right now. I think in this chapter of my life, I'm going into 25 next month, and it is so fucking scary when I tell y'all, like, to think that I'm like 25 now. Like, I feel like I was 21 and I blinked and now I'm 25. And I feel like, you know, my mom's been saying some crazy stuff. She's been saying like, the light just died on me. She's been saying like, yo, look, as soon as you get 25, when you blink, boom, you're going to be 30. So I'm low-key nervous, man. I'm scared. Life is going by. But, you know, I reached 25. I have a lot of friends who didn't even make it to 20. You know what I mean? So I'm very grateful, man. Honestly, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. And so that's all that matters. What size you wear? Depends on what type of piece. A large in like shirts, jogging suits and track suits, mediums. Let me design something for you. Sure, you can send it over to my DM on Instagram. I'm trying to get you in some unreleased clothes here soon. Bet that, bro. Bet that. What's the best payment method for fast cash out on Shopify? Using Shopify payment. But what I do recommend is if you're using Shopify, one thing that I wasn't really using too much before, that I would recommend is opening up a Shopify payments account where basically like they send you a card. So like my wallet is actually right here. But basically it's like a Shopify card. And you could put like your image of your brand on there. Mine is very simple. See if it's in here. Yep. So basically it just says like One Love Clothing. Let's see if it focuses right here. I'm gonna hold it right here. There you go. So yeah, this camera is crazy. So yeah, this is a One Love Clothing card. It directly connects to my Shopify, and basically Shopify is basically my bank account for my business. So I keep all my funds in there. I have it sectioned to where I need to like send manufacturers money. I use this card instead of my bank card. So jacket, a medium. What advice would you give to younger people trying to start a clothing line? Consume all the content you can. Consume all of the information that you possibly can. And real quick, would you guys want me to turn on this other light? I have another one right here. But if this side of my face is too dark, let me know. If right now I'm fine right now how it is, because I know this one's probably gonna die soon. Just let me know if you guys want me to turn this one on as well, and I can. Consume as much information as you can. Like if you're truly interested in starting this and really going 2 feet in, I think the one thing that's going to hold you back is just lack of information. So I think, you know, for any individual, no matter what you're trying to do, I think that if you go down a rabbit hole of finding information, you will never be mad at what you find. You'll only be glad that you found it at the time that you found it in. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a bar. That just, I don't even know where that came from. I'm not even gonna lie. I have no idea where it came from. Hold on, let me put this on the charger real quick. So yeah, that's a bar though. Not like, no kidding. That's the honest to God truth. Consume information. Watch all the YouTube videos that you can. But just don't go into analysis paralysis where you're like consuming, and then you never implement. So like one thing I would tell you is like watch something like, so say like you're starting your brand, but you have a question on something, YouTube it, watch it, and then do it. And keep doing that over and over and over and over again. That was the only thing that I did. Like, if I'm being honest with y'all, I didn't buy no courses until like I was like past like my first $50,000-$60,000 in sales with my brand. I didn't have like a mentor when I first got started until like I crossed like 6 figures. So yeah. Also, I'm trying to figure out what city to move out to. Once I move out, what cities you recommend for entrepreneurship? I think it really comes down to like what type of individual you are and what things you want to be around. For me personally, I like Atlanta a lot. I like being around a lot of African Americans, a lot of just successful people. I wouldn't just say African Americans. There's a lot of successful people here. And I have a lot of friends who are just different race groups. So I think, you'll have to adjust when you move out of Cleveland, because a lot of people are just, we all find our little clique and then we stay there. But you got to really like get outside of your comfort zone and talk to people who may not look like you. Because at the end of the day, like some of the things that I've realized is that like the people who don't look like you are probably the people you need who are closest to being like you. You know what I mean? And even though they may not come from the same type of environment as you, they may have similar situations that they've been through that have adjusted them as a human and has allowed them to learn. So I think that that's one important thing as well. I'm answering every single question. So however many questions y'all got, y'all can just throw them at me. What are the best SMS and email marketing campaigns for a clothing brand? Postscripts is a really good one. SMS Bump is another really good one. Klaviyo is a good one for email. Those are some of the best ones. How do you deal with taxes? Man, I got fucking hit on taxes, bro. Hey, if there's one thing I know, me and the IRS are gonna forever beef for the rest of life until like I move to Dubai or something. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. And I don't know if y'all are gonna agree with me or not. I don't know. But it's so crazy to me that they can take 30 to 40% of whatever you make and not contribute anything to you in your life and how you make money at all. That is so crazy to me. Like, that is a real life mafia. Like if you look at like the definition of a mafia, that is the definition of a mafia. Like, I am like astounded. The fact that I got blasted like that, man. But I do have an accountant. They did really good with helping me save a lot more money as well. I could have paid way more. Let's just say it was 6 figures plus, which is not a good feeling to just cough up. But, at the end of the day, that's why we put the money aside. Like, I don't know, wiring the IRS 6 figures, like, just imagine how it feels, right? Let's just say 100,000, for example. Imagine wiring the IRS $100,000, money that you will never get back, never see again. Like, I wish y'all could feel the rage that I was feeling when I heard. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers are just having their way, bro. Like, how can I make a business like the IRS? That's one of the things I constantly think about. Is like, how can I make something like the IRS? Like, how can I get paid indefinitely forever? Like, I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they fucking got our asses, man. They got us good, man. They got us good. We can't even boycott that shit because they'll take everything. So we just got to deal with it. But one thing my friend said is, it's like the IRS in like the tax code is like a video game, and there's cheat codes to the video game that they haven't given us. So it's like you got to kind of play the video game a lot to find the cheat codes that work. And that was like one of the best examples I've heard in a long time. Yo, you dropping mad game in your course. I appreciate you so much. Yo, K Vegas, I appreciate that, fam. Which course are you referring to? If you guys didn't know, if you're new to like this live or new to like really watching me live, I do have like free courses and things like that. I used to sell courses. I have one that is like primary, like main, like a main one that I would recommend to people. But obviously the free stuff is what I recommend to anyone and everyone who's like on a budget or anything like that, because I completely understand what it's like, and I wish somebody would have gave me the game for free. But yeah. Question: if you're not a person who likes to be in front of a camera, how can I market and reach people and gain traction? Just don't put your face in a camera. Take just solid pictures and videos of just the pieces itself, or have other people in it. I think it would be dope if you grabbed one subscriber and worked on a drop with them and worked to show them how to grow and show everyone their entire process. I actually have that written down on my whiteboard upstairs. I just don't know who to do it with. Like, they gotta really be consistent. Like, I can't do it for them. That's the only thing about doing that, is like people don't do exactly what they need to do. They get sidetracked a lot of times. How much do you gross per month, and do you think SR could help elevate my life to your level, or is that cap? I don't give my personal numbers on any platform anymore. I used to. I just don't do it anymore. I don't like people like kind of knowing what I make and things like that. Because what I make, you can kind of dictate. It doesn't really matter what I make, honestly. I think that as long as you see this award right behind me, I've crossed $1 million a couple different times now. I'm 24. I've done the things that most people are trying to do, and I'm experienced in it. And I think that as long as I'm reaching back out and trying to assist people, that's all that matters. So how much I make doesn't matter. I think the thing that you should ask yourself is, what are the things that I need to do to increase where I'm at? You know, because I think that people want to know like what other people make, when in reality it doesn't matter. Like, okay, you know, fucking Elon Musk made $100 billion last year. Okay, cool. Like, what is that gonna, like, how is that gonna help me? Like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So that's just my answer to that. Any tips to being comfortable in front of a camera and making content? Honestly, it comes from repetition. I used to be uncomfortable in front of the camera. I used to not know what to say. Until I realized, like, you know, after a lot of trials and tribulation, it became second nature to me. And I didn't realize that I was actually good at it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine going throughout high school the entire time and you're not good in any subject at all. Like, you're okay in most stuff. But for the most part, you know, you pass in with, you know, I had a 2.7 GPA when I got out of high school. And imagine going through high school and just realizing that you're not that great at everything else. You know, all of your friends are really smart at this and all of them are going to college and things like that. And you just don't know what your thing is. And I used to always tell myself, like, I'm not great at anything, or I don't have like a God-given gift. I used to tell myself that. And, you know, a lot of people used to think that I was being really hard on myself, but that was just my reality at that time. That's what I told myself. That's what I told my mental. And, you know, I didn't find out until I turned like 2021 that sales is something that I'm really, really fucking good at. I could sell anybody. I can overcome any objection. But also just being in front of the camera, you know, and it took a long time for me to realize that, but I think it comes from trials and tribulation. And I think that, one thing that I've realized is that as long as you get in front of the camera as many times as you can, that's how you're going to get better at it. My bad, y'all. Yo, I'd love to hop on a one-on-one call with you, bro, and have a PO box. And do you have a PO box to drop that I'm working on? Is going to be special. My PO box is in my Instagram bio. You can send it there. As far as jumping on a call, I don't do one-on-ones right now, just because like my schedule is completely out of whack, and my daughter's gonna be out here for a couple weeks, so I'm really not gonna have enough time to be doing one-on-ones. But you know, I do lives like this, so y'all could come in and ask y'all questions. So just drop them down below. Do you need a reseller's permit when starting a clothing brand? You do not need it, but it does help to have it and get it out the way. Wait, so do I have to charge taxes on my Shopify store? I would recommend it just so you can get some extra capital to, you know, put towards it. Don't wish that on us. Hey, look. I'm not wishing on y'all. I'm just saying. Like, these are good problems. You know, at the end of the day, like, paying 6 figures in taxes means you made some fucking money. You made some good money. So I think that, you know, maybe it's you making some money, but also not being smart enough to know how to hide that money. It's a combination of both. So I think you really just learn from both of them, to be honest. How long in advance do you plan drops? Struggling a lot on planning and designing in the moment. So for me, like, I'll look at it. So like, say like if I'm starting, if I want to plan a drop, like I'll look at like the dates from like 3 weeks or 4 weeks from now. And then when I'm like 2 weeks out or a week and a half out, that's when I start making my content. Where to find a good graphic designer for cheap? You can check out Fiverr, Fiverr.com. 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 They need to sponsor me, bro. You need to sponsor me, bro. I get them OD amount of traffic. How did you feel when you made your first 10K? Man, it happened like when I was like 19. So like the thing is like for me, my first 10K didn't come from my business. My first 10K came from working. So like I was always really good with money. Like I think I really get it from my mom. I was always really good at like getting money and stacking it. Like I'm the type of person to where I won't buy things that I don't absolutely need. Even now, you know what I mean? Like I've had times where I've celebrated myself and, you know, I've reached certain milestones and I'll go buy, you know, whatever I wanted to buy. But now that I'm getting more mature, I'm starting to realize I would rather just go spend that money on assets and let the assets, you know, appreciate over time. And if it's cash flowing, you know, let the cash flow pay for the things that I want. So I'm just maturing in that aspect. And but to be honest, when I had my first 10K, like when I made my first 10K, when I had my first 10K in the bank, like I could actually look at it. I was probably like 19. I was like 18 or 19, and I was like, if I can get 10K in a bank account, I know for a fact I can make 100K. I know for a fact. And then like I feel like making my first 100K and seeing that in the bank account was one of the harder things for me. Because at the end of the day, reaching a million is just doing the same things that you did that made you 100K, just doing it over and over again. But what I did know is that when I made my first 100K and it was like in the bank, I really didn't know exactly what worked. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple businesses that got me there, but I didn't know exactly what worked. And that was one thing, like even years afterwards, like 21, 22, I started to just kind of slowly find out things that were working for me. I'd pay. It's literally just me trying to network and build connection. All I would need is like 15 to 30 minute max. Man, honestly, I would, but to be honest with you, I don't want to charge you for, giving you a little bit of my time, just because I do tell other people that I don't have the time for it. So I'm sorry, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. How many shirts should I order for my first drop? You should do a pre-order to see how many you should order. Yo, the quality of this camera is insane, bro. Like, the detail is crazy. My skin is looking amazing. Oh my gosh. Let me chill. Thank you. No problem. My main Facebook runs the business page. My main Facebook runs the business page. I post more on my personal page too because it has more followers than my business page. Is there a problem, or what would be a smart approach? I will push all of your personal followers to your business page. So it's fine that you do it like that. Everything is good. Angela, thank you. Angela been giving me some good feedback on this live, man. I can't lie. Where to find content creators? You can find them on like TikTok and Instagram, or even on YouTube. A lot of them have like their emails in their bios, so you guys can reach out to them. That's a good way to reach out. Can you make a video on how to actually run a pre-order step-by-step strategy? Yeah, I already have one up on my page. So as long as you guys if you're on this live right now, just scroll down and click the subscribe button, and then go to my page, and you'll be able to find all of my pre-order method videos, Facebook ad videos. I pretty much put everything out for free. I think yesterday I had a video go out on how I was making $6,000 a month selling cars. I think that was a very informative video as well. So definitely go watch those ones. My first pre-order made people trust me more. That's fire. That's what it should do. Respect, Brody. That's real, but I can't wait to get you and Shaq in my clothes. I'm dropping some stuff that I haven't seen no one else drop, or anything else to anything close to it. Hey, man. Anytime, bro. I really appreciate you. Look forward to getting it, bro. How do I show the shirts for my pre-orders? What do you mean? How do you show them? You just take pictures of them? I've been gatekeeping my ideas until I get my samples. Smart man. You don't want to tell everybody your move before it happens. That's one thing that I learned a little late in life, is like, don't tell people what you're doing until you've already done it. Like, don't tell people what you're doing until you've already done it. That's one thing that took me a little minute to learn, but that's what happens. Yeah, I definitely got to get this other monitor working, man. I need to be able to see the chat over here and then be able to share screen right here. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely got to figure that out tomorrow. I'm gonna order a piece tomorrow, see if I can get it. Actually, I'll probably have to go stop somewhere to get it. How did you know your woman was the one after? How did you know your woman was the one for you after all your success? That's a great question. I think there was a defining moment, right? So let me just kind of put it like this. I've been with other women in the past. Obviously, I have my daughters, and I realized in some situations when I was in relationships, I only stayed with people to what's the best way to kind of say this? So let me just put it like this. Certain times when I had like children, right? My first daughter, like the only reason I was with her mom was because I wanted a family to work so bad, because I didn't have a family in my own household, right? Outside of my grandparents. So I would compromise my own happiness to try to make this thing work, right? And at the end of the day, I wasn't happy. And there's only so long that you're going to be able to deal with unhappiness, and that's just kind of the situation. So when it came to my girl now, I think she's just like a blessing from God. You know, she understands me. She cares. Like that's one thing that I can really say. Like, she honestly cares about me as a human. Like, not just like as a man and I got to make sure he's fed and things like that, but like she cares about me as a person. And I think that's hard to find right now. I'm happy that, you know, she doesn't show her body all on social media. She's not the type of person to really need likes, or a bunch of like eyes on her. Like, she doesn't like that stuff. You know, she likes being in the house. She likes working on her stuff. She's very motivated to reach her own goals. And we have a good line of communication. And I think those are all things that you really need to find a good person for you. Yeah, those are just a couple of the things, you know. You're dropping gems. My guy, also, when's the next collab with you in Hollywood? We were supposed to record a video like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. We'll see what we could do. What were some challenges you faced once you made money or you were more successful than the people around you? People just started looking at me different. You know, people think of me like, they used to think of me like Hollywood. People would literally tell me that, like, oh, you act Hollywood, or you act like you more than like you the shit or something like that. It used to be like actual close friends who would say these literal words. And I think that was an adjustment for me because, you know, I had to realize that was jealousy. I used to think people was joking around. I used to laugh with them and all that stuff until I realized like that's actually like real life jealousy. Like, sometimes that shit burns people up. The fact that like this is the same. I don't know. I just heard something. This is the same person I went to high school with, and he's here. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. It's like, I literally can't believe that this motherfucker right here, the one that was sitting next to me in class, asking me for help with my work and with their work and shit, is the motherfucker here. You know what I mean? And I think it's just funny to me sometimes. You know, I don't take everything so personal all the time. But I've definitely learned from the fake love. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people right now, even to this day, when I go back to my hometown, you know, I may go out and I'll kick it or something like that. And there's people like, you know, trying to fake like, oh yeah, Tez, I fuck with you and da da da. And it's just like, yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But like, at the end of the day, like, we're not that. You know what I mean? Like, we're not that cool. You know what I mean? Because like, my circle is like yay big. You know what I mean? So it's like that sometimes, man. But you know, it is. I think I make sure I thank God as much as I can, because I would not be in this position without him. When starting your brand, how many different colors? I would say like 2 to 3. For tech suit, sweatsuits, or sweatsuits in general, do you recommend the blank route or getting the manufacturer? I always recommend having manufacturers do all of the whole process. Can you help me figure out my target audience? This is my toughest point. I still struggle with a year into my business. I do have like an assignment inside of my Discord community. So if you want to join my Discord, there's like homework in there that helps with that specific issue. So yeah, literally my life, not facts. Jealous is real. Jealousy is real. And as much as we think it's funny and stuff like that, it's really not funny. You got to really be careful. Like, I know people who have died because of fake love and people being jealous and acting. You know what I mean? So you got to be really careful. I felt that, bro. Did you experience some of that from family? I did. Oh, wow. My camera just died, y'all. Yo, my camera died. So right now, I'm going to jump off of here for right now. I'm going to get back on at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So make sure you guys tap back in. My camera did just die. So if you guys do, for the person who said, how do I join the Discord community? I'll drop the link in the chat right now. So sorry about my camera dying. My bad, y'all. I didn't realize that I've been on here for like an hour or so. So yeah, you can click the link in my bio on, yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me send the chat. Trio, you can click the link in my bio and you could join my Discord community. For everyone else that's in here, if you want any of my free courses or if you want to join my community as well, the link is in my bio on Instagram @_TheRealTez. But other than that, I'm going to close out right now and I will save this live for y'all. All right. I really appreciate y'all pulling up. And make sure you guys leave a like on this and make sure you guys subscribe. I hope y'all enjoy